That happened a couple times. After that, do you think they learned to say please and thank you in the restaurant? Huh? Oh yeah, of course. And when they want something, I say, here you go. And if they don't say thank you, yeah, you ain't getting that. Do you think the next time they said thank you? That's right. Right? And in our heart, even as people, it warms our heart and we want to do more when we hear thank you. And when we say thank you, it shows love and appreciation for the one who is providing. How do we show appreciation and love for the one who is providing in our lives? Say thank you. And you will begin to recognize the presence of God a little bit more. Another thing that John Ortberg says is, think about Bible passages that are helpful to you. And we live in an age where everything has become so electronic that, we don't like physical things like the Bible, like paper, right? And it's okay. If you don't like to read the paper version of the Bible, it's okay. Get a Kindle. Look at it on your PDA or whatever. But look at it and pick out some passages that are helpful to you. And for me, one of the passages that are helpful is the passage, I will be with you. I'm like, I'm about to explain. I say, God, be with me. And then I say, remember God's word. I will be with you. Not only in good times, but in bad times. Not only now, but for all times. I will be with you. And that's the promise that I always have to hold up to. I will be with you. Right? But the spiritual reality of this is this. That our relationship with God, our spirituality, especially for those of us who have been a Christian for a while, God has a way. The Bible has a way of getting dry. Okay? That's the reality. It is. It gets dry. God gets dry. Oh yeah, I've tried God. Boy, God was good. But I want to try something else. Or I'm moving on to something else. Oh, I've read the Bible. I've even read the Bible, from cover to cover. Oh, it was good. I've done it once, but now let me kind of move on to something else. And spirituality has a way of getting dry. And people express this dryness through things like this. I will often hear people say, I feel so spiritually dry. I don't feel the fire anymore. I don't feel the passion anymore, right? Our relationship with God is the same as our relationship with any other significant other. Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. It's the same way. Everybody feels passion in the beginning. Ooh, I love this person. I love God. I will do anything for you, God. Have you guys ever said that? I will do anything for you, God. Yeah, we can't get out of bed. We come to church on time and go, oh, well, I accept that. Right? But some people will lose that fire after a couple of years, even in our marriage. I see that. Once the honeymoon period of 2-3 years are over, why is my marriage like this? And people will lose that fire even after 20 years. And we see people getting divorced even after 30 years. But there are people who are still able to maintain that passion and fire even after 40, 50 years. Right? What's the secret? Have you guys ever thought about that? I know we've got a lot of young couples here. Do you guys think about that? What is the secret of sustaining that passion and fire for 40, 50 years? Because you're going to need that fire, because you're going to have to look at that person for that long. Look at it. I'm going to give you that secret today. Aren't you glad you're here? Yes. The secret is this. The next slide. Read the next slide. What does it say? Thank you, Susan. Think great thoughts. Right? Even my loving wife, yet, in my mind, sometimes a thought will come into my head, just a little thought that'll say, I hate her. Why does she have to be this way? But as soon as I see my mind going in that direction, I have to remind myself, she is such a great woman. She is such a great mom. is so beautiful. Oh, I love her. Right? I love her. And I have to begin filling my mind with great thoughts of her. But the human tendency is this. The next slide says, what's our human tendency? What does it say? Think negative thoughts. As humans, we love to think negative thoughts. As soon as that thought comes into my mind, oh, I hate her, then every little thing that she has done wrong will come into my head. Dang it. That dinner that she made yesterday was a little salty. What the heck is up with that? Why isn't the house just a little bit cleaner? You know, no thought of my responsibility of cleaning the house comes into my head. It's just like, why is it all her? Right? Her. Oh my gosh, she is so bad. That's the human tendency. Do you guys see that little red writing? Right? That's not from John Ortberg. I made that up. If you see John Ortberg say that, you know he stole it from me because I steal a lot of his stuff. He's stealing stuff from me. What does it say? What's TNT? Huh? Does anybody know?
It's explosive.
Thank you, our military person. Thank you. Right? That's what happens when we begin to think negative thoughts. Our lives become explosive. Our lives are filled with damage, brokenness. Right? When you think negative thoughts, what happens? They come true. Isn't that right? Okay, it's golf season. I brought my club. I'm not the best golfer. People in the balcony know. So, here we go. I'll get up to the ball, right? And I'm thinking, okay, I look up, say, oh, there's water on the right. Or, in my case, John Shepard's on the right. And I'm thinking, okay, he's only about 100 yards out. I can hit it past that. I'm just going to swing. And I'm thinking, John's on the right. Okay, just don't hit to the right. Don't hit to the right. Where do you think that ball's going to go? Where do you think that ball's going to go? Anybody?
Water.
I'm thinking, I'm going to try to hit it left. But I'm thinking, John's to the right. That ball goes left, and it starts turning. And it's going. And it's going. Oh, wait a minute. It's going a little bit towards John. John! He hears me. Starts waving. Don't worry. He's walking off the fairway. Now he's running off the fairway. That ball's got a homing device, and it's chasing him down. It's chasing him. Boom! Knocks him down. And the only thing that's going through my mind is, I wonder if he's going to come to church again. Right? But what do good golfers, this is a test, what do you think good golfers say you should think about?
Nothing.
Think about nothing? Anybody else? They say, well, don't think about the John Shepherd on the right or the water on the right. What you should be thinking is fairway. Right? Fairway. Think about where you want to put it. Just think about the fairway. Just think about where it should go. And most likely, it will go there. Unless you're me. Then it's going to go to John. Okay? That's what happened. And here's the thing. Paul understood this. And that's why he says in Romans, I appeal to you, brothers and sisters, by the mercies of God, to present your spiritual bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. And then here it comes. He says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed. And Paul doesn't just say, hey, be good or be with God. He actually tells us what we are to do to be transformed. He says, but be transformed by what? What does it say? By, oh, you guys are so good. Especially when it's written in yellow. By the renewing of your minds, so that you may discern what is good for you. What's God's will for you. Another translation that I really like, of verse 2 says this, don't copy the behaviors and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by what? Changing the way you think. By changing the way you think. Here's an exercise. Let's think about how we think. Here's a way to monitor your mind. Think about your mental habit and which word, here's a list. Think So you can do this test on your own.